Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave at Tommy_Wave on Twitch, and today we're going to be playing some of Zamos' Control Warrior, or 1000 Armor Warrior, Infinite Armor Warrior. A really interesting deck that popped up on Hearthstone, with actually a pretty vague, no deck write-up, nothing like that, but a very interesting title. All that was accompanying this deck was a little link to Twitter for the deck and a single screenshot of a person with one player, the opponent with a very large board, and the warrior player with a hand of dead man's hand, bring it on, and the treasure wand from Marin the Fox that silences and kills all your opponent's creatures. And I have to say, that's a pretty good hand to shuffle back into the deck with Dead Man's Hand. So I imagine that this is what the deck is trying to do. We're trying to draw our entire deck. That's why we have Battle Rages, Commanding Shouts, Novice Engineers. We've got so much card draw. Pyromancer, Acolyte of Pain, Whirlwinds. So we're trying to draw our entire deck and set up a situation where we can Dead Man's Hand very specific cards. So in that situation, obviously, Dead Man's Handing a wand that kills everything is pretty good. But we can also do it with a card like Marin the Fox. We can keep looping Marins to fill our opponent's board with treasure chests, similar to what the Shutterwalk deck tried to do. So we can keep trying to do that, and we've got other options like Brawl, things like that, so our opponent can never really have more than one creature in play. Plenty of options there, and obviously it's Dead Man's Hand, so we're never going to fatigue. We're going to go infinite cards. Our opponent has to beat us at some point. The onus is on them. So, like I said, there wasn't much of a description. I imagine that's what the deck is trying to do. If you've played this deck before, or played something like it, or you think I am an imbecile, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in that Hearthstone reply section. But for everyone else, we're just going to jump in and see how we go. Let's get some wins. Okay, we are here up against the Warlock. Now, Warlock could definitely be Handlock, in which case Shield Slam is going to be really good, especially with Shield Block. And I think we'll keep the Slam in case it is Zoo. I think this is a nice, well-rounded kind of hand. The Shield Slam is a little bit weak against Zoo, but I think we'll be able to, even to just turn 4, do some of this. But it is the even Warlock, so we're very happy to have this Shield Slam. Very happy to have this shield block, though they will get to play the Mountain Giant the turn after, so means we will have to go armor on turn 2, shield block on turn 3, then turn 4 we can armor shield slam. Just something to keep in mind in case we do draw something different. We got to make sure that we stick to the game plan, or else we're going to get slain by an 8/8. Yes, the math does change if our opponent has a Twilight Drake instead, but picking up that Execute, especially with that Blood Razor, that's a big deal. Real big deal. There he is, the most beautiful giant in the world. So maybe we Execute? No, we should Shield Slam. May need the Execute for like a Twilight Drake, just because the Drake is a little bit harder to kill with the raw damage. Speaking of, yeah, I think we'll Execute this this Drake. We just want to make sure we play this Slam just to keep churning through the deck. And if our opponent had the other Mountain Giant, for sure they'd play the Giant before the Twilight Drake. 6, we got an Infernal. Got again. What are we coining out here? The big Skulker, helping us get towards our low deck situation. Take turn off, get these acolytes out there. If our opponent doesn't want to Yeah, trade into one. Get our Blood Razor.
This curse has become
So I think in this game we might treat... I'm going to try and treat Marin the Fox as a combo piece in a way. That we really don't want to play it until we get to a situation where we're dead man's handing a whole bunch of them back. Okay, what are we doing here?
What now?
Bring the pain. Job done.
Just reduce our opponent's clock. Librarian Games, what is going on? Hello, hello. We're playing some Control Warrior today. Interesting, like infinite armor, 1000 armor warrior. Comes to us courtesy of Zamos. Really interesting deck.
Shields up.
Can we get away with not playing this Warpath this turn? Probably not. I think we'll go for it. Maybe Armorsmith, triple Warpath. Yeah, let's do that.
Made to fit.
Though I think Warpath is also a really key card for keeping in the deck. Though, especially against this, against even Paladin, even Warlock rather, they do have some really big bodies, so even dealing 5 a turn, or 4 a turn if we have to Dead Man's Hand, is not exactly the greatest. Librarian Games, fully enjoying my weekend before getting back into the grind tomorrow. How the game's going? Well, this is our first one. Currently, unsure of the deck. We're down a Shield Slam, which is from our opponent's Skulking Geist Wizard, which is tremendously relevant right now. Let's see. Slam it in there. Turn him over. The other execute. No luck. Oh, there's only one execute in the deck. Or did we play both of them? There's the other Dead Man's Hand.
Strike.
I must choose.
So I think we're trying to set up a Dead Man's Hand where we just have like Marin and Bring It On. Maybe Brawl as well. Oh jeez. I'm going ham here. It's Crystallizer. So let's...
I hope you like my invention.
Flash fails. Try crystal.
Oh, this is the only Brawl in the deck. Interesting. I think we need the Brawl. And we need 2 Brawl. Interesting, I was under the impression there were 2 Brawls in the deck, but... Whew, we got there. So So we do have an extra Marin in the deck, so you might want to play it now. Potentially block our opponent's cooldown. There's the other brawl. Nice one.
Special armor. Strong and shiny. Special armor. Strong and shiny.
Alright, we're back in there. Good health. But yeah, Librarian Games, hope you've been enjoying your weekend. Hope you got up to something nice and productive. Alright, so what's coming back? No Infernals were played, so it's pretty low value here. Now they do have the Siphon Life Hero Power.
One for all and all for me.
Strong and shiny. Alright. Chest in play. Reworked a bunch of stuff yesterday and was super productive. Today, I've yet to get out of the bed and it's 8 PM. Oh my gosh. I had that day on Saturday. On Saturday, I was like, yeah. On Friday, I was like, yeah, maybe I'll stream. Maybe I'll, you know, do something, be productive, you know. And then I woke up at 12 o'clock. Never left the house. Bubblies and yummies. Oh my gosh. Great turn from our opponent.
Do you like to play with fire?
Do we like to play with fire? An excellent question. So unfortunately, when we shuffled so many cards back in, we didn't shuffle much card draw in. So it's actually gonna, we're pretty much just natural gonna be drawing these last couple of cards. I'm gonna silence the chest. Okay. Okay.
Special armor. Strong and shiny.
I really want to draw that other dead man's hand so we can play this brawl. Maybe play this pyromancer as well. Oh, big horror. Smash! There's the other bring it on. How much is this? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
I wonder.
So I think we hero power this turn. And then next turn hope that we draw draw the other dead man's hand. So we can go like Pyro, bring it on, dead man's hand. Maybe double bring it on. Maybe brawl. There it is. Okay. So if we go Pyro, bring it on. Dead man's hand, bring it on.
I wonder.
No, but then our Pyro dies. So we have to brawl this turn. So let's Pyro.
Play with fire?
One of the 4 attack things has to not live. Yeah. Unfortunate. So we definitely made a mistake there. That's a big learn for anyone who's looking to play this deck. We were trying to not dead man's hand a lot of cards into the deck, particularly if we do have to. We want to dead man's hand some card draw in there so we can get to the point of you know, having our loop set up. But it was a good game. It was a good game. Well played to our. Okay, here up against the Shaman. I think we'll keep Novice Engineer. Battle Rage. Maybe not Battle Rage. If it's even Shaman, they're likely to deal us some damage. But if it's Shutterwalk, I don't think so. But we might need to keep the Battle Rage because it's one of our better cards at getting through our deck. There we do. Draw the Crystallizer. I really like this one-off Crystallizer in the deck as a way to enable our Battle Rages.
Flash fails. Try crystal.
Is the even Shaman. I think it's a deck we'd rather face than Shutterwalk, because Shutterwalk can really just kill us. I think they outpace our armor gain.
Like my invention.
Alright, things are starting to come together. Hopefully we can put some damage on this Crystallizer and get 2 off of our Battle Rage. Sweet. It's a great opportunity here. We can even kill this Primal Fin Totem. It means we won't get to Battle Rage this turn, but definitely a card worth answering. Direwolf Alpha, oh my gosh. Tremendous. We won't try and get too greedy with the Battle Rages. Got our Marin, excellent. Warpath is going to be pretty good.
How long can this go on?
That's really good. Blocking us trading with the Direwolf Alpha. Just play our Acolyte, armor up, see if our opponent wants to trade the Chain Gang in, help us cycle a card. Yes, they certainly do.
Before the storm.
No, it doesn't want to trade the other Chain Gang in. Okay, what options do we have here? We can just Warpath 3 times, still leave them with a 4/4 though. But it will get rid of a lot of this board.
I wonder.
Could like Pyro Shield Slam. I think we just want to Warpath 3 times.
Take cover!
This being on 1 is fine, especially with a Pyro in hand, where it'll eventually be able to be killed off, unless our opponent has another Earthen Might for it.
Winter is here.
Winter is here. It's a great draw.
Do you like to play with fire?
Don't think we want to Shield Slam that. I think we just want to play our Acolyte thing.
Speak to me.
Obviously, if we had known that we weren't going to draw into any action or anything like that, probably would have played the Acolyte first, get an extra card draw. Maybe that should have been the play all along. We're being pretty aggressive here.
Twist the trees, foul the lake, and curse
Just this land. Interesting. Do we just go for a Marin here? Our opponent's pretty likely to have spell breakers and other such things. I think we'll play it a little bit conservative. The main issue is if we Marin and we get not a great treasure, then we kind of don't really have much of a real super late game plan. Okay. How awkward. I guess we could just bring it on. We might have to. There's only one bring it on in the deck, so that gets rid of our ability for lots and lots of armor gain. Maybe we have to use this whirlwind.
Armor made to fit.
Running out of resources though. I'm really intrigued that there's not a second brawl in this deck. Maybe the warpaths kind of function as the second and third brawl respectively.
Flames consume you.
I think if we drew a dead man's hand right now, we would definitely trade, like, get some more of these cards in our deck. And now's where our opponent can essentially just play the biggest thing in their hand every single turn, and eventually we will run out of targeted removal. Like right now, unless we draw the Execute off the top. We're not doing much about this Lich King. Not doing too much at all.
How long can this go on? How long
Shield for Argon.
Come on, dead man's hand. Let's go. Who off the top? There it is.
Special armor.
Strong
Shiny.
and shiny. Just don't let the Lich King live, please. Oh, better lucky than good. Just get this on the last charge. So our opponent definitely has Alakir in hand, right? Because they played the Corpse Taker and it didn't have Whirlwind? Oh no, it did. It didn't have Lifesteal. But they might not be playing the Lifesteal one. Oof. Tasty.
Science overwhelmed.
One for all and all for me.
Wait, no, I needed to attack there. Oh, jeez. That was really bad. Makula 412082. How you going? Thank you for joining in right as we make a classic misplay.
Magic shall not.
Oh, there's the silence for the chest as well. That was a really bad mistake. Just leaving them with a piece on board is so... when we have such limited removal. Sea Giant. This isn't an elemental. Didn't want to shoot that Marin. Maybe our opponent's on the mono goof plan as well. Oh, that's a pretty good draw. There's the other Marin. Alright, we're getting close. I think Warpath or Brawl is the card that we're going to try and get infinite copies of.
My shield for
Oh gosh. The chest is buffed! Ooh, Lightning Storm. Love that Warpath. Bring it on. I don't think we're allowed to play that Bring It On. I don't think we're allowed to play this Marin either, especially if they're on double Spellbreaker. We will have our chest broken into. Primal Fin Totem, sweet. It's very good for our brawls. So with the 5 cards left in our deck are Brawl, Warpath, Dead Man's Hand, Shield Block, Commanding Shout. Where's the Brawl? So we do have a Warpath left in our deck. So the plan might just be to Brawl and then rely on Warpath to do some clearing. Not the best result. It's still an okay result. It is 4 toughness minion, which is very important for Warpath purposes. Ooh. Okay. That's pretty bad. This is really bad that we drew the Dead Man's Hand before the Warpath. Or that we played it, I guess. We probably should have tried to wait a little bit longer, because now if we play the Warpath, we can't shuffle an extra copy into our deck. I don't with that huge Hagatha value too. 8, 13, 22, 26. Well,
one for all and all for me.
Who knows? Who knows what will happen? dead. GG to our opponent. Okay, here with another game of the Warrior. I'll keep our Eternium Rover in case it's even Paladin for the first couple of turns. I think we can send everything else back. Like the Warpath? Can appreciate that.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
Okay. Spell damage totem, not something that we're super scared about. We're not really ever going to extend into a lightning storm or anything like that. Primal totem, something that we can farm a bit of armor off. I'm just gonna pyro out here. This might be like the best lightning storm our opponent can get. Flame tongue. It's definitely a good flame tongue totem. Oh, and the healing as well. Very nice. Her opponent. We could coin out the Blood Razor there, kill our choice of the Flame Tongue Totem or the Primal Fin. Probably kill the Flame Tongue Totem. But we'll get our armor here, we'll see what our opponent wants to do. If they want to extend some more into this board, could be pretty dangerous for them. Unless they have maybe like a Corpse Taker or something. Interesting they choose to trade the Primal Fin, not the Totem.
How long can this go on?
How long can this go on? Another Primal Fin totem. Interesting. Very, very aggressive play from our opponent. I think we'll go for the coin Warpath this turn. Especially with a second Warpath in hand. What are our other options? We can use the last charge of our Blood Razor and then go Pyro Shield Block. That doesn't kill the Primal Fins. So we really want to play
I wonder.
3 Warpaths this turn. So what our opponent has to follow up with this. You know, turn 6 is it's an interesting turn for even Shaman. A lot of different cards that could be in there. Could be seeing a Skulking Geist or something like that. May have the Gen.
What to do?
Hopefully our opponent gives us an opportunity to get this shield block off. Give us a little bit of breathing room.
What to do?
Put it in the tank. We'll see when they get back. Alright, well, unfortunately our opponent left on that one. But I think we've played enough games to kind of just realize that I don't think we've got our head around exactly what we're trying to do with the deck. It feels like, you know, like one thing that I really love is like a second brawl in there, so that we can, you know, if it is a deck that we need to try to like cycle board clears with, that we can actually play the first one, because inherently a lot of those decks are going to try and get on the board early, and we want to have an initial board clear for them. So I'd really like to see another brawl in here. I really like the crystallizer. I can definitely get behind that, but there are some awkward cards in here, like Whirlwind is a little bit awkward. Not really seeing the point of that. And like the Singleton Execute, I'd love to see a second one in here, especially for all those mountain giants that we keep seeing. It definitely seems like the kind of deck that's very good against maybe like combo decks that are based on damage. So certain Druid, Malagos combo decks, where they only have like a finite amount of damage in their deck, and we can get to a point where we just out armor that. But yeah, it's pretty clear that we're missing something though, because, you know, Zamos here was doing very well, playing it at Legend as well. So I don't know if it's maybe better against the Legend metagame than it is against, you know, the rank 10 to Legend metagame. But still a really interesting one. I love the theory. I love the idea behind it. If you are watching this video on YouTube, all the links are down in the description. And if you've played this deck, or you think you know exactly how it works, definitely drop a comment in that comment section. Or if you're looking at the deck over on Hearthstone, reply. What are we doing wrong? Who knows? You probably know, because you're about to comment. You're typing right now. All the links for my social media are also down there, including a link over to Twitter at Tommy_Wave. That's the best place to catch me. If you've got another sweet deck like this you want me to play terribly, send it through. But until next time, stay safe, stay wavy, and bring it on. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.